football game. And unfortunately, we've been involved in a lot of these ones this year, and unfortunately on the wrong side of the scoreboard at the end. So, again, our guys play their hearts out. They compete for 4 quarters. Credit Duke and Mike Elko. He's done a great job this year. And, the bottom line is they executed better than us in the 4th quarter. We had a lead in the football. If we would make 1 first down, we win the game. And on a 3rd and 1.5, they made a play and we didn't. And then we got the ball back on defense and, and we had a chance on defense to get a stop. And it's been our Achilles heel all year, our inability to defend a deep ball. We have struggled all year defending the deep ball. And again, disappointing way to end the season, but proud of how we competed. We'll have a bowl game coming up and we'll try to get that one. But when you lose close games, I think, I told the team this, that's, you got to put that on the head coach. We lost a game in overtime to Clemson. We lost a last second game to Carolina, last 2 minutes of the NC State game. And now this one in the last minute of the game. And, the job of the head coach is to help his football team get over the hump on those close games. And, if I'm going to take credit for our football team doing that in the past, I got to take the blame when we don't do that this year. And, the difference between us being 7-5 and, 10-2 or 11-1 is all these close games. And we just didn't get over the hump. So we're disappointed, but again, proud of our players and how they competed. And all we can ask our guys to do is play hard. And they certainly did that for us and Wake Forest this year.
David, can you walk through the decision, I guess, to go in a passing situation on 3rd and 1.5? Like you said, you need 1 first down and the game's over.
Yeah, they were blitzing the heck out of us and we had a guy wide open. So we ran a play that we've run a lot in that situation, and he was wide open. And we just didn't execute as well as we needed to.
You're giving up a lot of yards after catch, some big chunk plays. It wasn't just, the deep ball, but a lot of missed tackles.
Our play on the perimeter all season has been a problem. There's some things we got better at. We got a lot better this year defending the run, but our ability, we've given up too many big plays, and they're all in the passing game, and they're not just deep balls over our head. The touchdown they had on the crossing route. We're in a coverage that should take that away. We got better at certain things this year on defense, but our inability to get off the field on 3rd downs. I don't know how many 2nd and longs we had them in this game that we let them off the hook. And we just all year did a poor job of defending deep balls. And again, that's a problem. And when it doesn't get fixed, that to me is on me. So it's been a problem all year. It was a problem in the Clemson game. And now game 12 against Duke, it's a problem.
When you say it's a problem on you, then it makes it sound like it's more of a scheme problem or a teaching problem.
It's our fundamentals. We didn't make plays on the perimeter this year. And, we went into the season believing that would become a position of strength for us. And it certainly played out that wasn't the case.
Did it seem like your guys had made the plays defensively that needed to win the game for you? Had Tyler Williams make that big tackle towards 3rd and 14? I think it was Gavin had a big pass deflection, and then Jamal comes up with the interception. You probably think, okay, that's what we need.
Well, you had to make 2 first downs. We made 1. That's the game. 4-minute offense. The game's on the line. You got to make 2 first downs and you win the football game. And we didn't, and we put ourselves in harm's way, and they made us pay.
Coach, you talked a lot about over the past few games that some of the issues with the secondary contributed to not having some of those top guys, like not having Malachi stop up to state. How much did having some the guys not out there?
Again, it's game 12. Everybody in the country is down people. We're not going to use that as an excuse. You always want your best players. I would have loved to have Kobe Davis all year. that was a big loss for us. Malik is probably our best safety. That's a big loss, but Duke's missing their best O-lineman. So that's football. Game 12, you're not going to be at full strength, and good programs find ways of overcoming that. And we didn't this year. So that's, again, we didn't get better on the perimeter, and we just, again, go back to Clemson, we gave up deep balls, and then you go to Duke and we gave up deep balls.
At what point do you kind of turn the page mentally and take a look at what prevented this season from being the 7-5 that it is, being 10-2, 11-1, that we all are just a few plays away?
Yeah, our inability to win close games, our inability to execute in the fourth quarter. A little better execution in 4 games this year. And, last year, for the most part, those are games we won. And, I think our schedule this year was tougher. When it's all said and done, I think we'll have played, 8, 9 bowl teams. And so the margin of error was smaller. I think last year, you look at the NC State game and you look at the Army game, and we made the plays at the end of the game to win those games. And this year we didn't. That our fourth quarter execution was poor, and we take pride in winning close games. I think we won more close games than anybody in the country, since 2016 going into the season. And this year, other than the Liberty game, all these one-score games, we lost all of them. And, 2 to our state rivals, 1 to Clemson. Other than Louisville, that loss, all the other 4 losses were fourth quarter, 1-possession games.
What's your process now? Because you've got to wait to find out what bowl you get invited to. And what's your process in kind of regathering?
I think we just got to give them a break. I mean, this has been a really challenging year in a lot of ways. I'm tired. I'm probably as tired as I've ever been at the end of the season. I think our football team is tired. I think we just need a little bit of a break and refresh. And our guys have always done a good job when we've lost the last regular season game of bouncing back for the bowl game. So we did that last year when we lost to Pitt. We certainly did that in 17 when we lost to Duke. We did that in 16 when we lost to BC. That we've been able to move past and play for a bowl trophy and a bowl championship. So it's still a great way to end the season, and we have that opportunity in front of us.
Do the losses towards the end of the season, does that add to the being tired? Is it a bit of a mental and emotional fatigue as well because of the way it's in?
Yeah, again, this is where we came into this year with all these expectations, and we had so many guys back. And I don't know, in terms of how I managed this team in the spring and fall camp, looking back was the best way. Anytime things don't go well, you got to be self-critical and look in the mirror and say, if I had it over, what would I do differently? And when I've had a chance to reflect, I think there's situations and just going back to our preparation, I think I would have handled differently. And I think you have to do that, right? When things don't go well, you can't just say it was bad luck. You got to be self-critical and say, if you had it over, what would you do differently? And, there's some things that we would do differently. And I'll have a couple of a week to reflect on that. Yep.